tips and tricks decor. Please share, like, and subscribe to watch more. In this video, we'll be providing you with Fluted Sideboard. Okay, can I just tell you up front that this is one of my top fave dyes I've ever done. When we were planning out our new living room space, I was dying to buy this amazing Fluted Sideboard that I saw online, but it was $1.00 and it had a hefty shipping fee for such a large item. I knew it just wasn't going to be in our budget. Once I realized that the size and fluted details were the main thing I liked about the piece, I decided to hunt down a budget-friendly plain sideboard that I could add some fluting details to. And was just the right size and price for the job. This is definitely a bit of a time-consuming project. But let me tell you that the results and the savings made it all totally worth it. There's only thing I wish I'd done differently in the process, but I'll give you a heads up so you can avoid that mistake if you make your own. Here we go. First, you'll want to lightly sand the doors and sides of your console to rough up the surface just a bit. Also, to make ours looks a little more trendy, I also took off the legs that match this and just put it on the little round discs that come with the units in case you want to put them on the floor. I did this at the end of the project, but I wish I had done it at the beginning, so I'm adding that step in here in case you want to do it too. Then, you'll cut your half-round molding into 33 strips that are the exact height of the doors on the front of the sideboard and 14 strips that are the exact height of the sides of the sideboard. The sides are a little longer than the front doors. We all love a good Ikea hack. Let me show you how I turned an Ikea Besta TV unit into a beautiful fluted credenza. I saw that retails for almost $1,500. I created the look for less than $300 in one weekend. Instructions on how to turn an Ikea Besta into a fluted credenza to create the look. Simply put together the Ikea Besta unit based on Ikea's instructions. Then I cut the fluted trims to the length of the door fronts and attached it with a nail gun. We are currently in the middle of a renovation and my contractor has a fancy track saw, so I had him cut the pine boards for me. You can cut it with a table saw or circular saw with a rough cut attachment, which is what I would have typically done. Better yet, you can also ask the hardware store to cut it for you. Just give them the measurements. You may have to pay for it, but it's usually a really small fee and totally worth it if you don't have a saw. You will need two for the legs and one for the tabletop. Measurements for the pine board's top board: 47 1/4 x 16 5/8 legs, 29 x 16 5/8. Once you have the boards cut to size, I glued it to the Ikea Besta unit and then screwed it together from the inside of the unit. Once the boards are attached, I filled all the nail holes. Then I sanded it with 80 grit sandpaper first to remove any excess glue that got onto the wood. Once all the glue was removed, I sanded the entire unit with 220 grit sandpaper for a smooth finish. I opted to paint the entire unit and I painted it in the color darkroom. Turning an Ikea Besta unit into a fluted credenza is definitely a project that you can do over the weekend if you have all the materials ready. It's amazing how you can make a simple Ikea unit look so high-end with a few simple steps. The total cost of the finished credenzas is less than $300, not including the cost of tools. Let me know if you give this a try. If you like this fluted credenza, you will probably like this media unit or this nightstand I did last year.